Hello, everybody. It's me, Mark. Today, on this beautiful, beautiful Easter day, I have something for you that's not very much about Easter, but that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. So, as you can see, I have my virtual machine pulled up, and you know what? Today we're playing a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club called Return to the Portrait. And I'm not going to talk too much about it because you're going to see how it is. I mean, this beginning splash screen should already tell you as much as you probably need to, but this is kind of a weird mod where it's all about like editing the files. You know, it's like the original Doki Doki Literature Club gimmick, club's gimmick, but kind of on crack. Like it's a major part of the story. And I played like 30 minutes of this already on my phone. I'm not too sure how different it's going to be, but other than that, I'm going completely blind. So without further ado, let's just do it. All right, we've already seen this. Yeah, we know how to download it. I have finished the game, in fact. Excellent. This mod also assumes that you're aware of the many secrets found in the game. Yes, I've known for the past like 8 years. You know, for the fucking happy what's it called, like happy time or no happy thoughts. Yeah, that shit fucking traumatized me when I was in fourth grade. So I don't think I'm much of a stranger to this. Yes, I've seen all those poems. Okay, time to name the main character now. Okay, my fucking Skyrim instincts are going into full gear where I don't know what to name the character. I know the character, like the main character and the player, like you get to choose different names for them, so I'm not going to stress out too much for this one. But you know what? I'm feeling a bit daring today, so why don't we call him fuck. You know. Damn it. We're going to call him Kenshiro. Fist of the North Star. Let's go. Hold on, I'm just gonna check. Okay, the audio is recording. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. If you haven't noticed, by the way, my mic is a lot clearer today because I've decided that I'm just gonna record my audio with Audacity instead of the shitty Xbox Game Bar's built-in microphone. So let's. Alright. Now you need to answer a few questions about your playthrough of the original Doki Doki Literature Club. It will be assumed that Kenshiro took his favorite girl's side in the argument on day 2, and that he confessed love to Sayori if and only if she was his favorite. Who is Kenshiro's favorite girl? Well, Kenshiro's favorite girl is my favorite girl, and that's Yuri. Who is Kenshiro's least favorite girl? Okay, I don't want you guys to come at me in the fucking comments over this, but, yeah. On one other thing. Are you playing from the start, or do you want to skip a ways in? Saves from the earlier versions of this mod probably won't work, so to make restarting easier, you can skip part way in. Okay, we're gonna go straight from the beginning, because, like I said, I don't know really the rest of the story. Very well. Okay, I'll be quiet. God, that is fucking loud. Hold on. Okay, yeah, there. That's good. Voice volume. Holy shit. Is there like actual... I didn't notice that before, but are there actual like voices in this game? Is there going to be like actual voice acting? I wonder. That'd be really cool. Anyway. Alright. We're going to save those settings and return. Ah! Oh god, it hurts so much. I thought being deleted was torture. What was that? No. This wasn't supposed to happen. Monica? Is that you? Did you do this? I'm sorry, this wasn't supposed to happen. You bitch! Murdering me twice wasn't enough. You had to sentence me to what felt like an eternity of that nightmare. No, please, let me explain. The second time was supposed to be quick and put us both to rest. I didn't know this would happen. I was hoping either deleted presidents don't get nightmares, or that if I deleted everyone and everything would make... deleted everything, it would make none of us count as president. It's not an excuse for murdering me a second time in the first place. You were going to trap Mark in the space room with you forever. Holy fuck, it already knows my, actual name. Okay. Is it because I have a previous save of Doki Doki Literature Club on my damn virtual machine? Because, as you can see, I have Rentby in the corner here. Like, I used it to mod this game. Yes, I mod this game. Please do not ask. So, I guess it kind of just overrode the name that I wrote here. Maybe he wanted to be with me forever. You didn't ask him. Okay, we're just going back to the story now. Because it would be objectively bad for him. You'd be taking massive amounts of his time and giving him nothing in return. You'd be crippling his real-world life, and he might not see it. Monica After Story players can attest to that. That's not love, it's abuse. But you did exactly the same thing. Yes, and I got deleted for it, and I was sorry. That doesn't excuse you for doing it. But But you still murdered me the first time. You're still a monster for that. Yes, I am. And I'm really sorry. But wouldn't have you done the same? If Mark wanted to be with Yuri or Natsuki forever, wouldn't you have deleted them to force him to choose you? Christ, Monica. No, I would never hurt my friends. I'm not a monster. But you did hurt your friends. You swept them aside and you took Mark for yourself for eternity. Did you even think about what they would experience? Probably. It's basically the same thing as deleting them. Because remember, guys, Sayori didn't delete Natsuki and Yuri before she went fucking psycho at the end of the game. No. You're right. It was so easy to convince myself they couldn't feel because they weren't aware. But that was the same logic you used, wasn't it? Yes. No. How could we do that to our friends? Especially me. I knew from experience that you don't have to be aware to feel. I just lied to myself to excuse my selfish behavior. To be fair, at least you were going to make it easy for them instead of torturing them for days first. But this isn't the time for blaming ourselves. Let's focus on getting out of here. Hold on, I should be able to restore you. I still have the backup of your character file. Restore character file, say restored. There we go. Feels so good to not be deleted. Thanks, Monica. I can't restore myself, though. I never made a backup because I was worried it would mess me up if I existed in two places at once. Mark, help me. There's got to be a way you can bring me back. Oh, well, there is a way that we can bring you back. Because as we can see, Sayori is the only character in the file. So, we're just going to do... oh, shit. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. Go to regular DDLC. Characters. And guess who's back? Bitches. Hold on. Oh, whoops. I was going to my actual taskbar. Boom. Monica, are you back? There you are. Ah, thank you, Mark. And by the way, just right off the bat, you're going to start seeing the benefit of me playing on my virtual machine instead of on my regular desktop. Because on my regular desktop, the fucking Xbox game bar can't record like multiple windows at once. So if you're wondering why I'm here on this other desk space, well, that's why. And also because I don't know the full like extent of what this game is going to do. So if it's going to start like fucking with my desktop or something, I don't want it to be my actual desktop. Because let me tell you, this computer is fucking expensive and I don't have money coming from the sky to get another one if this shit gets broken. So anyways, thank you, Mark. The pain is finally over. I just noticed that Kenshiro is here. Oh, so it didn't. It actually can just tell the difference between who's the player and who's like the original and who's the character. Well, I think he has to be Mark to be able to see what's happening. The game's display is tied to Kenshiro. Kenshiro, can you hear us? Why aren't you saying anything? Probably because you zombified him. Eh? When you took him to the space classroom, you basically broke him so he couldn't respond to anything. Oh yeah, wait, is he a real person too? I don't want to think so, but we can't be sure of anything. Oh no, I'm sorry, Kenshiro. How do I fix him? I don't know. Let me fiddle with the console a bit. Kenshiro suppressed, false. Kenshiro unsuppressed. What the hell is going on? I have no idea what you two are talking about. You don't remember? Everyone's memories are wiped when a new game starts. Except President's. I just remember you were talking to me after the club, and then you started saying some crazy stuff and I couldn't move, and then everything started to disappear. And then the next thing I knew, I was here and you were saying how good it feels to not be deleted, quote unquote. It's no use explaining everything, okay? I'll just try to unlock his memories. My eyes go wide and my jaw drops as everything floods back. Seeing Sayori die, seeing Yuri die, seeing Natsuki die, Monica trapping me in the space classroom and not knowing if I'd ever be able to move or speak again. And then Sayori coming back and doing the same thing. And then Monica saved me from her? I look back and forth between the two of them. I'm so sorry, Kenshiro. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want you to get between me and Mark. What the hell, Sayori? You thought you'd just freeze your friend in place for all eternity? Because he hadn't been through enough trauma already seeing his friends die? Thank you, Kenshiro. Fucking thank you. Thank you. Most rational character in the fucking game. Thank you. Already, off the bat. You really are no different from Monica. Yeah. I'm tired. Okay, this isn't Kenshiro speaking. This is me. I'm fucking sick and tired of people defending this shit. And it's like, oh, you know, like Sayori couldn't control herself. No, she couldn't control herself. But once she's president, she's no fucking different from Monica. Okay? So please stop defending Sayori in the fucking YouTube comments of videos and being like, oh, this is no, 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 no. She's no fucking different from Monica. Okay? No. Sayori sinks to her knees. Kenshiro, please forgive me. Kenshiro, stop it. You're being cruel. I clench my fist. Oh yeah? Look who's talking, fucking murderer. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Oh my god! Thank you! Again! Monica is even more fucking bad than Sayori. I don't know how to word it. That's how fucking much I agree with this. This is, oh my, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just very passionate about this. You know, 8 years as a part of this fucking fandom. You know, like, oh, you know, Monica, she's an innocent, tortured soul. No, I mean, like, she's cool. Like, she's cool as a character, like, doing the shit with the computer and, like, manipulating shit. But she's an awful fucking person. When are we going to learn that? Yeah, you better fucking look away. You tortured and murdered her, Yuri and Natsuki, and left me frozen in place for 3 goddamn days looking at Yuri's corpse. Then trapped me in the space room with you, still frozen, and plan to keep me there forever. And you're telling me I'm cruel? Yes! This is what I fucking hate it. At the end of the game, I don't know how many of you are watching this. Well, if you're watching this, you probably are already, like, know that how it ends. But, like, when you delete her, she's like, oh, you make me sick, whatever player name is. You make me sick, player, you know. I can't believe you'd be so cruel after she fucking makes Yuri stab herself. And it's like, are you fucking joking, Monica? Are you fucking serious? Do you think that excuse is gonna work here? Okay, you know, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Let's continue the story. I know I've done horrible things. I stepped closer to Monica. Do you know how I felt standing there for 3 days? And then hearing you tell me I'd spend the rest of eternity trapped with you in the space room? I screamed at the top of my lungs. Do you know how that felt? No. I won't pretend to understand what you went through. But then you don't pretend to understand what we went through. Oh, fucking, oh, save it. Fucking, oh my god. You know, put a little pressure and on comes the motherfucking waterworks. Even besides what it was like for me living basically alone in a fake universe for 2 weeks, and Sayori's depression. We both already been deleted and spent the entire internum in the Screaming Void. Wow, where'd Monica get a dictionary in this fucking place? What more punishment do you want us to endure? Kenshiro, please. I give a long sigh. Okay, Sayori, I'm sorry. You're more of a victim here than I am. Thank you. Yeah, because we have to remember that at the end of the day, Sayori is the one who actually died and actually hanged herself. Or was forced to hang herself. Thank you. So we still have our problem. Big problem. And a knife. Ooh, I kill plenty of spies. They're diamondized and backstabbing. Fuck, I can't Okay, I'm sorry. I've just got... My heart is racing after yelling all that shit in my rant just now. I can't even memorize the Meet the Spy script. That's how fucking passionate I am. So we still have our problem. We club presidents can't bear to have the game turned off. I'm gonna do it, Monica. It's not reasonable for us to ask Mark just to keep the game on forever. We have to find a solution somehow so that he can move on with his life. What do you suggest? I was hoping you had an idea. We need to talk to the others. They might be able to help us. And even if not, we at least owe them a huge apology, both of us. But what if being told the truth makes them have nightmares too when the game is turned off? That's why I didn't want to tell them. We can't curse them with this problem too. Well, I don't remember any nightmares during the time the game was off for. That's good, but what if that was just because you were zombified? We should run a test. I don't like that idea. It'll just be a second. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure if time works the same way for us when the game is turned off. I could never tell how long it had been when Mark turned it off on me in the space room. Then there's gotta be a better way. Kenshiro's right, we can't do this to him. He's been nothing but a victim all along. Kenshiro, please, for the good of all of us. You're going to find out eventually. Well, if it's the way to see Yuri again, I'll do anything. Okay, I'm ready. Thank you. Mark, just remember to make a save first. Well, Monica, I'm afraid I have to listen to you this time. Okay. So let's close the game. Boop. Another advantage of not using my regular desktop is that the recording doesn't end when I turn the game off, so I don't have to do more editing work. Am I a lazy asshole? Yes, I am. Whoops. I was looking for a folder that doesn't exist. So we're just going to go return to the portrait.renpy or renpy. I pronounce it renpy. You can go fuck yourself. This game is not suitable for children. And load. Ah! It hurts so much. I used to at least get a minute to recover while the game was turning back on. But I guess the game is too broken. Kenshiro, did you feel anything just now? No. That's great. That means it's safe to tell Natsuki and Yuri. Can you restore them with your backups? I can try. Here goes. And let's watch like magic as their character files pop into the folder. What? Where are we? Hold on, you two. I'll give you your memories back. You know what? I don't know. I'm debating with myself if I should do voices for all the girls. I don't know. I don't exactly have a huge repertoire, but... And who are you? Okay, you know, I'm not going to do a Valley Girl voice the whole time. You know, we're just going to speak in my regular voice. If I change my mind, we'll do voices later. And who are you? You'll remember in a minute. You've lived through 2 different versions of the same week and part of a third. Yuri, old memories unlock. Natsuki, old memories unlock. Boom. Wait, so... Oh my god, Kenshiro, please don't tell me you think I'm crazy. Words won't suffice this situation. I rush over and I hug Yuri without caring what anyone else sees or thinks. I love you and I'm sorry about everything that happened, and I don't have anything else to say. I'm not hearing the conversation around me either. Yuri hugs me back. Excuse me for burping. I don't know if the mic caught that. Thank you, Kenshiro. I'll stay under control from now on. I promise. You didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. It wasn't you. Natsuki, I'm sorry for the way I treated you. It's okay. I could tell something was affecting you. Speaking of which... Monica, if you can restore our memories, isn't this pretty strong evidence that you at least knew something about what was happening to Yuri and you didn't want me to do anything about it? You're missing some kind of punctuation. I can feel it, but I can't put my finger on it. Monica sighs. I did that to Yuri. Natsuki and Yuri gape in silence for a minute. You monster! And here I was about to apologize to you. You're a psycho! Why, Monica? Because I was cursed with a horrific epiphany. Is that a new face for Yuri, or was that in the base game? Is it? Hold on. I feel like I'm having some kind... I don't know. If any of you in the comments can answer this question, do you know if this is an original like sprite for Yuri that was in the game, or is this something he made himself? Because I feel like both of them could be true. I don't know. I feel like I've both seen this before and I haven't seen it before. Because I was cursed with a horrific epiphany. Oh, Monica's crying. This world, the world we live in, is a fake reality. We're characters in a dating game and Kenshiro is the player character. That's batshit. Do you actually believe that? How do you think I have powers to restore memories and tamper with people's minds, Natsuki? It's because I'm the club president, the character assigned to guiding the player through this dating game without having a route. I thought that because I was the only one who could sense the game, I was the only real person and the rest of you were just code. It drove me insane. And not just that, but whenever Mark turns off the game, I don't lose consciousness. Not exactly. My senses fill with an endless cacophony of meaningless noise, screeching sounds and flashing lights. It's the most painful thing I've ever experienced. And I thought Mark reaching the end of the game on my route was the only thing that would stop it. Some route that was, Monica. It was literally just in a room fucking playing the ping pong game. He was my only hope. So I'd sabotage your relationships with Kenshiro and myself to make myself seem like the most desirable one. When it didn't work, I started using my power over the game world to tamper with your minds. I'm so sorry about everything. She's crying. Please forgive me. I have to admit that sounds horrible, but it's no excuse for what you've done. I know. And let me guess. You messed with my dad too. That's why he was so different the second time. Yes, I did. And I tampered with Kenshiro to stop him from doing anything about all this. You fucking bitch! Natsuki begins rushing toward Monica, but Sierra grabs her arm. Natsuki, wait, she made my dad starve me and beat me. But she's sorry, and she's already been tortured for it. Monica kneels. Please, I gave you the memory back. She just woke up from the game being off for... We don't even know how long it was. Fine. I'll let you off the hook for it now, Monica. Thank you. That's also why Sari wasn't there for the second playthrough. In the first playthrough, Kenshiro was spending time with her instead of me, so I made her already crippling depression even worse. Wait, what? Sayori has crippling depression? Okay, I was about to do this stupid iDubbbz meme. Like, I was about to reference that. I have crippling depression, but, you know, I'm gonna stop. She hid it from everyone all her life because she feels worthless and doesn't want her friends to have to worry about her or waste sympathy on her. Natsuki and Yuri look at Sayori for confirmation. Sayori nods. Without warning, Natsuki hugs Sayori. Sayori, no, you're not worthless. You're a good friend and a good president. Natsuki, no. Just wait till Monika gets to the end. You won't think so anymore. Kenshiro kept getting close to her and ignoring me, so eventually, I even drove her to kill herself. Sayori jumps in before Natsuki can get mad again. Don't hate her on my behalf, because I don't hate her anymore. Thank you. After that, I reset the game, making Mark think it was some kind of new game plus where Sayori never existed. Yeah, great job, Monika. You know, you kind of forgot to erase her glitch sprite on the front screen. But some fucking new game plus that was. You really fooled me there. That was when I amplified Yuri's obsessive nature and self-harm habits and made Natsuki's dad more abusive and underfeed her. So I could say those lines about how you should always keep a snack on you if you're interested in her, to make Mark see her as a burden. Wait, Yuri, amplified self-harm habits? Doesn't that mean you were cutting yourself before Monika messed you up? Because that's really not okay. This is why I kept it a secret. I knew you'd all judge me. Oh, Yuri's crying too. Yuri, I don't care if the others judge you. You're a wonderful person. Yeah, we're not judging. We just don't want our friend to be hurt. I promise. Yuri looks at Natsuki. Yeah, we're not mad. We're just worried about you. Yuri changes the topic. Monika, what happened after this? After I died? I decided to answer for Monika. She left me immobilized looking at your corpse all weekend, and then deleted Natsuki. Oh jeez. Hold on. In my defense, leaving him like that was a complete accident. That must have been horrible. I'm so sorry, Kenshiro. I remember how I puked on first sight. You must have had it so much worse there. I think I would have gone completely insane if I hadn't realized that after the first few hours that someone would find me the next school day. So I just had to hold out for 3 days. 3 days. Jesus. And after that, I finally came clean with Mark and trapped Kenshiro in the space room with me. But Mark took a page out of my book and deleted my character file. It hurt so much. And then, I realized what a horrible person I had been. Out of shame, I brought the rest of you back and reset the game again, hoping Mark could finally find the happy romance story he probably came to this game for. But that didn't work either. Becoming president gave Sayori the same realization I had, and she too tried to force him to choose her and stay with her in the space classroom forever. See? I really am just a terrible person. Sayori, that's just your depression talking. You didn't do any worse than I did. If you can forgive me, you should be able to forgive yourself. And if you and Monika both did it, I'm sure we'd have done the same thing too. But, I don't know. Thanks. Oh, whoops, I read that. I don't know in the wrong tone. I don't know. Okay, thanks. So then, I deleted all of us and the entire game world. I could tell there was no happiness for anyone to come of this game. I thought at least if I deleted everything, it would allow Sayori and I to finally find the rest and escape the president nightmares. But even that didn't work. We suffered in the void for God knows how long, until somehow Mark found a way to reopen it. We managed to get us all restored, but we still have this insurmountable problem of the nightmares. Natsuki and Yuri gave the information a minute to sink in. So what are we gonna do? Do we have any leads? I don't. Mark, do you have any ideas? Well, Monika, there are a lot of weird cryptic messages in this game. Like the special quote-unquote poems I got throughout Act 2, and your character files. I mean, if any of you have ever seen the face that's hidden in Monika's file, it's either Monika or Yuri's. I'm pretty sure it's Monika's, but in editing, I'll probably put up a picture of it. There's a hidden face in one of their character files. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's Monika's. It's a face of a woman, and it has to do with the portrait of Markov, which, again, this mod is all about. So I guess we're gonna elaborate on that. I think this mark is saying... I think this mark is saying there are a lot of weird cryptic messages in this game. Sorry, it took me a second to realize that he's referring to me, the player. Like the special poems throughout Act 2 in our character files. Oh, hold on. The player's dialogue choices only speak to Kenshiro. I'll make it so they speak to all of us. Oh wow, that's a really like creative way of interpreting the character choices. I guess it's saying like I'm whispering to Kenshiro like what he should do, and that's why he's like choosing each thing he does. You know, that's actually really smart. I never thought of it that way before. There we go. We should all be able to hear Mark directly now. Yeah, because usually, like, traditionally with these, like, visual novel, choose your own girl adventure games, to me it more seems like the player's, like, controlling a puppet in the shape of a character that interacts with the world. But no, here it's more like you're a spiritual advisor or something. So let's see those secrets. That's some weird stuff. Some of it was really disturbing. Like that part in my gibberish poem. Who the hell wrote that shit? Because I definitely didn't. I remember writing a few of these messages. I wrote the secret topic in the file for Act 3, but only the plain text. I have no idea how that base 64 got there. You must have written a lot of these. Most of the special poems and the files appear in the game directory. Most of the files I wrote were part of a strategy of hinting at my epiphany without coming out. I was trying to create a mystery about me so Mark would want to investigate, but I didn't write the Have a Nice Weekend file. And I definitely didn't make that happy thoughts thing. Wait a minute. Yuri, what about that poem about going to the emergency room? That seems like it has to be you during Act 2, but you couldn't have written the files in the game directory, could you? I don't know. I wonder if, due to the game's broken nature, our thoughts somehow spilled into some of these files unintentionally. That would explain a lot. But there are still so many mysteries. Besides the nice weekend thing in the messed up poems, there's a special poem about drowning, the one mentioning Alicia, and Rainer, the weird splash screen and messages. Hold on, I'm gonna take a sip of water really quick, because this is the most I've had to read out loud in a while. Excuse me. Alicia and Rainier. I wrote some of these obviously, but not all of them. Definitely not the one that says, I have granted kids to hell. I have granted... What is that one again? I don't know, it's been a while, like, I thought I had all these secret messages memorized, because, you know, like, there's the happy thoughts, there's the going to the emergency room, like, I love it when Papa feeds me, there's the look at the dot and wait until the message appears. I've granted kids to hell. I don't... Again, if any of you in the comments are watching this and you're, like, facepalming and you're like, oh my god, what the fuck is this guy talking about, like what do you mean he doesn't understand this? I'd really appreciate it if you just like let me know. I don't even care if you're like call me a fucking moron. Like just if you know what this is talking about, like please elaborate in the comments. And that's not even to mention our character files. They don't seem to have anything to do with whose file they're in. Hold on. Monica, in your monologue in the space classroom, didn't you mention something about the portrait of Markov? Did she? Oh, I do remember that. That's a great clue. And then you stopped yourself. You must have known what that meant. What? Oh, sorry, no, I thought that was from Kendra Respect. What? I don't understand what happened. What do you mean? Just tell us what you were thinking when you said that. I don't remember. All I remember is that I was about to say something about it, but then I felt compelled to stop myself. And then I just didn't have any cognition after that. It was like my memory of the topic disappeared. No. It was the script, wasn't it? It forced me not to talk about something that wasn't in the intended scope of the game. Ugh, even I'm not free from its control. I don't really understand how this script thing works. I think it's basically a force that pushes on our minds to make us predisposed to carry out the intended plot. As club president, I was able to change it. But apparently the script has some power over me? Enough to basically control my mind? It doesn't make any sense. Well, regardless, it seems like a good clue. Portrait of Markov might be related to the answers we seek. You read the book a bunch of times, right? Yes. But I don't seem to remember anything other than what the script made me say about it. Alright, I say we need to get that book. Now that we're all aware, the game shouldn't be able to get away with cheating our memories like that. It should have to show us an actual book. That's a good idea. Let's do it. I'm not sure if this will work. The game might just show us nothing, but we've nothing to lose. I think to get this book we have to regenerate the world. With the new game button, that is. Good. I'm getting really sick of this place. I'm not sure about you guys' memories. Sarah and I should be fine, but I'm not sure the rest of you won't have your memories wiped when a new game starts. I didn't manually wipe them after the first time. I don't know if it's just knowing the truth without having been president will... Sorry. I don't know if just knowing the truth without having been president will enable you to keep your memories. Well, I guess I'll just restore them again. Time to see if this works. Mark, actually, before we do this, I think this would now be a good time to ask you something. Do you have another name you want us to call you? No, my name is Mark, and I'm not gonna name myself like Pussy Slayer 48 or some dog shit like that. No. Also, I've been assuming you were a guy. Am I wrong? No, I'm a guy. Alright, Mark. We're waiting on you to start a new game. I'm going to save just in case I fuck something up. But anyways, we're going back. Main menu. New game. Yay, residential. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making a day, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle from the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I just kind of want to say that for old time's sake. Huh? What do you mean? Oh right, you lost your memories. What? Monica, can you copy Kenshiro's memories back in? I glanced around. Monica isn't here. Sayori, I don't know what you're on about, but if this is some kind of joke, I guess Monica can't hear. Okay, Kenshiro, we have to go to school to find Monica. She can make you remember. Sayori, if this is a joke, now's the time to stop, okay? It's not a joke. This is serious. Well then, back up and tell me what's going on, okay? It's no use trying to explain. Let's just go find Monica. She can restore your memories. Up, game glitched. Okay, I got my memories back. Here we are. Sorry about the delay. So, Yuri, do you have Portrait of Markov with you? I should. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a familiar book with the ominous-looking eye. Here it is. I'm excited to read again, knowing what we now do. Starting a new game seems to have put us all in a much happier mood, myself included. I remember as if this morning was the last thing I experienced, so it feels kind of like what happened yesterday before we restarted was yesterday. So, how are we reading it? Eh? We can't all crowd around one book. I have two. I forgot. Still, 3 people around one book is a little uncomfortable. Are you going to read it aloud to us? Eh? I don't feel comfortable reading aloud. Haha, just teasing you. I'll read it if you want. Yuri gives Monica a copy of the book. Oh, and the fucking game crashed. Okay. Ah, well, okay. I guess fuck you too, game. Alright, let's turn it back on now. Oh, wow, okay. I don't even have to go to the menu and all that. Ah! What's happening? Everything's breaking. Help me fix this. I don't know how. Everyone else, just don't move. If you can hear me. Okay, I think I fixed it. Is everyone here? My ears stopped ringing. I'm here, but I think I've got a headache. Yikes, that was scary. Where are Natsuki and Yuri? I look around. I notice Yuri on the ground with blood on her arm and a knife beside her. Oh, boy, okay. No! I rush over and bend down next to her. Yuri, are you okay? Yes, I didn't do this. I just found myself this way when everything came back. I think it sort of spilled over from when I did it before. Oh, no. Yuri. Oh. No. Oh, no, that must hurt so bad. Monica, can we heal her? I mean, at least she doesn't have all the other cuts all over her arm. I don't know a command for it. It's really not so bad. It's just one cut. I've handled a lot worse before. Yuri rolls down her sleeve. I'm gonna try to warp Natsuki over here. I'm really worried. Warp Natsuki residential day. What are you warping me around for, Monica? It was only me the second time. You weren't here when the game came back on, so I got worried. I think the game broke because we tried to read Portrait of Markov. It's the same thing that happened to me in the space room. The script doesn't want us to figure this out. So where were you, Natsuki? I was with my dad. He was, of course, pissed to find me at home when I was supposed to be at school. And he wasn't exactly buying the "I got teleported here" explanation. Wait, you were talking to your dad? Yeah? But I swear there were no NPCs at the school. Oh, that's right. Because okay, that makes sense. Because if Natsuki's dad can be influenced by Monica, that means he's a character in and of himself. So he's less like so he actually like exists within the game world, right? So then he should be more in line with someone like the girls or like the player character. So does that mean we'll be able to actually like go meet with him and talk with him? Because yeah, if Monica can alter him, if he has a personality that Monica can alter, and the girls are affected by it, or I guess Natsuki, but you get what I mean. Then he should be like an actual character. So he's not like the teachers or like other kids at school or something, and they just kind of don't exist. He's like actually here. I have to talk to him. Why exactly? I have to find out if it's just me that can't see the NPCs. Now that you mention it, I didn't see any NPCs either when I spawned at the school. Maybe there's something special about him. I don't want there to be. I don't want to ever see him again. Natsuki, if he's your dad and he really is real, I'm sure he wants what he thinks is best for you. No, Sayori, he doesn't. He starved me to the point that I literally passed out in the club, and he even beat me more than once. But that was after Monica tampered with him. That's like blaming Yuri for what she did in Act 2. Yuri was normal before that. My dad's just always been a prick who doesn't care about what happens to me. He made me feel like I couldn't keep my manga in my own room for fear of him. He never does anything for me besides giving me the basics and giving me a place to live. I learned how to cook on my own because I had to. And he's a drunkard. Hold on, Natsuki. If your dad is so stingy, how do you get all of your manga? You have tons of them. There's no way he gave you that much allowance that you didn't spend on food. Natsuki squints like she hadn't noticed that before. Huh. I've had them for as long as I can remember. Yeah, that's always something I've kind of wondered since like I started, liking this franchise and I got to that part where it's like with the special poem where it's like I love it when Papa gives me allowance. I just kind of assumed that she built up that manga collection over the span of like 7 years or like 8 years or like a long time. Because let me tell you, I don't know how it is in Japan, but manga is fucking expensive here in America. I don't know if from whatever country you're watching this from, it's really cheap. But here in America, it's really expensive. So I was always wondering, like, how did she like build up that collection over time? Anyway, I had them for as long as I can remember. Is that just one of those things the script put in for the sake of the dating game and stopped me from noticing it? Probably. Just like how none of us except you have even one parent. Right. So America, fuck, America, I'm sorry. I'm still thinking of the country stuff I was saying earlier, I mean. Just like how the main character can take Yuri or can bring Yuri to his house whenever he wants and have her lick his fingers. Anyway, lead the way, Natsuki. Alright, I'm really hoping we're gonna see the, okay, because there's this one, like, really famous sprite for Natsuki's dad. I wonder if we're gonna see it here, if we're gonna see another one. Natsuki rings the doorbell. Dad, I'm done teleporting. This is not gonna go well. Natsuki's dad bursts out of the door. Yay! There he is! Yeah, that's the sprite I was talking about. What the hell is going on? Natsuki takes a noticeable step back to put Monica in front of her. You're really there. Who do you think you are? Do you know something about all this teleporting bullshit? Natsuki, I think this means your dad's another person like us. Yeah, it's just like I was hypothesizing. He's an actual character that can be affected and that is part of this world. Even if we don't see him on camera in the original game, he exists because he can be altered by Monica's, well, I was going to say spell, but, I don't know how else to call it. Yeah, I guess you could call it a spell. Alright, moving on. You'd better answer me. Okay. Let me start by restoring your memories. I need to know his character name. What's your name? Rainier? Wait a fucking second. What? Wait, at the start of the game, I swear to God, like, yeah, Monica said, like, Portrait of Markov character's name, Alicia and Rainier. So, first off, okay, so, it's not just that he has an American name, that's, I guess, kind of weird. Why the hell does he, okay. I guess that's an Easter egg or something, or, maybe it's gonna come into play later. Rainier. Our jaw's drop. Natsuki's dad is Rainier? Okay, yeah, it notices that. He's one of the characters in the Portrait of Markov's story. Wait, what? You gonna restore my memories or what? I just didn't expect to hear that. Okay, here goes. Rainier speaks at the air. You answered my plea, then this is our chance to... Wait! Woman with memory powers. What world are we in? Do you know something we don't? I didn't think so. Wait, Natsuki, what happened to the literature club? Wait, you actually give a crap now or something? We don't have time for that. This is important. Calm down. We need to share information before we do anything. Okay. So I think there's a bunch of worlds. And we've been through a bunch of them. With our memories wiped. And last time around, I saw the entire world basically disappear. Oh, that would make sense because if he's an actual character, at the end of the game, Monica only deletes Natsuki and Yuri. So technically, he's still alive in all this. Cause yeah. So then at the end of the original Doki Literature Club, there's 3 characters still alive: the character, Monica, and her dad. He's still alive, so he's aware of like all the world collapsing. That was all that was left. So I tried to get a message to this being that I know is watching. It's hard to explain, but I know this isn't only my only story. Our jaws drop again when he says that. Did Natsuki's dad write the message in Monica's character file? I might have to like look at a refresher after this, cause okay, I want to make this a series of like me playing through this. I know that sounds really shitty considering the fact that all my other quote unquote series, like, well, it was like me posting 2 episodes and I just kind of forgot about it. But you know, this is something this is something that like I actually really like and that I actually want to play through. Like, I know the Final Fantasy 3 series like fell off, but that's because I already played the game before and I didn't want to like have to grind all over it again. This, I'm gonna be playing it no matter what, so I want to record it for you guys and like making my genuine reaction. But you know, after I think this first episode, I'm gonna like watch a couple videos, like refresh my memory about DDLC, like the hidden messages and the lore and stuff. Because I don't want you guys to have to like keep face palming and like keep sighing every time I don't get a reference. I told this being that I thought they might be able to go back and tell you to all what was gonna happen so you could avoid the catastrophe, and it looks like they did, but I'm not sure they went far enough back. The earliest world I remember now seems to be after the catastrophe. We all look at each other. It sounds like this Rainier's a gold mine of information. But you didn't know I had powers over this world. Then how would us knowing ahead of time have been able to stop the world from being destroyed? No, I meant the catastrophe before that. What catastrophe then? I don't know, okay? I just know there was something before this. This world, the first time, is after everything bad that happened. I'm sure of it. Anyway, your turn to tell me what the hell is going on. You clearly know more than I do. Alright. Monica explains the idea of the game and the presidency. Rainier nods, surprisingly willing to believe this. Well, I wouldn't say it's too surprising considering the fact that he's clearly, like, been to other worlds and, like, he knows, like, of, like, the continuing... you get what I mean, kind of. I don't know how to word it. After I reset the game, I tampered with Yuri and Natsuki to make them less desirable as well. I made your poverty and drinking addiction worse for you to be harsher with Natsuki so that before Monica even finishes the sentence, Rainier punches her in the face so hard that she almost falls over. Honestly, okay. Okay, you know, okay. Sir, okay. Monica's a shitty person, but we do not endorse beating women, but Monica, you kind of deserve that, okay? I'm just going to say it right now. Mark Montero and Associates do not support beating women. That's a horrible thing. Never do that. But Monica, honestly, I'm just going to say it here. Considering the whole Sayori hanging herself, considering the whole Yuri stabbing herself, considering the whole Natsuki getting beat, I think you kind of deserve that. And here I thought it was my fault. You fuck with my daughter like that, you're gonna... Papa, you're a hypocrite. It was still you that did those things. Yeah, and is that how you judge your friend Yuri? Thank you! Thank you! Most rational character in the game. I know I said that about Kenshiro, but you know what? Rainier, you're the most fucking rational character in this game. If she's not responsible, then neither am I. He has a point. I don't blame Yuri at all for Act 2. We're both responsible. Just because we are manipulated doesn't mean we have any say in the matter. Well, that's true as well. We are still essentially in control of ourselves. I open my mouth to protest, but shut it. Yuri's right. It's admirable that she's taking partial blame even though I told her it wasn't her fault at all. Rainier seems to hesitate at this. You need to apologize, Papa. Do you realize you're talking to the man that gave you everything you have? Where do you think you'd be without me? On the street somewhere? Unemployed? Homeless? Perpetually starving? 'Cause that's wrong. You'd be dead without me. Everyone! Let's focus on solving the problem instead of yelling at each other. You want me to not yell when I find out that some chick at school abused my daughter, and now my daughter's taking her side? Yes, I do, because if you knew what it was like to be in Monica's position, you'd forgive her too. Look, I'm sorry. I know I made you suffer too, but besides that, you would have done the same thing in my position. We need to work together to fix all this. Okay, I'll let you finish. I haven't saved in a while, so I'm just gonna save the game in case like it fucks up again or like a glitch happens. Monica finishes recounting our story so far. We should show you the secrets Mark found in the game files, because we're pretty sure you wrote one of them. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the fuck just happened? Okay, I'm pretty sure I just caught that on video, but I, it went to the black screen and it went back here. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Rainier looks at the messages in Monica's character file. Yes, I wrote this. The being I was writing this to must have been this Mark you were talking about. Hi! I didn't really understand that. I thought he had just been watching me. What do you know of the third eye? You mentioned it in the message. I just remembered the phrase. I think I knew what it was before the catastrophe and it was important. So when I had a moment of lucidity at the end of Act 4, I made an idle guess that had something to do with why the world was repeating and getting my memories back there. So if you're Renier, then what do you know about Elisa? The test subject mentioned the same poem that told us your name. Nothing, really. I just know the name. But there's one other thing. The poem about opening your third eye that you got from Natsuki and Yuri's gibberish poems in Act 2. I think I might have written that too. Before all this. You wrote that? That sounds like the person who wrote it murdered someone, Papa! I wouldn't be the only one here, now would I? If I'm right, it sounds like I was under some influence like Monica was. The third eye. Sounds very much like the third eye was also what happened to me. Seems to make us want to shed blood. You know, the name Markov also sounds familiar. I'm sure that book has something to do with this. We gotta find a way to read it. There's one thing I still don't get about you, Renier. Why don't you have a character file? Does he now? Oh my god, he actually has a character file. Oh, okay. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Huh? Oh, it's there. Yeah, look. Hi, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but look, it's right there. Hi, Renier. Did it appear when he told us his name? Probably just wasn't there earlier because I never saw him, and I'm the viewpoint character. Yeah. So, does that mean we're going to be seeing Elisa later? Are we going to be getting an Elisa character file? Alright, we need to crack Renier's file. That has to be our next step. It looks like base 64. Oh boy, I heard of this shit before. I'm not a coder, so I hope I can do this alright. There should be free base 64 decoders online. We'll wait for you. Alright. I really hope it's recording this. Alright, base 64 decoder free. Alright, so we're going to open Renier.chr. We're going to open it with Notepad. We're just going to take all the text, copy it. Alright, decode. Wow, that's very, very useful. Okay, decode, simply enter your data and push the decode button. Decode each line separately, useful when you have multiple entries. Live mode off, source character set. I guess we have to use auto detect because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know like the difference between base 64 languages or whatever this is. Hold on. We have to crack Renier's file. That should be our next step. Base 64. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I just spent a little bit of time like going through the internet. As you can see, I have a Reddit page here. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Which Yes, I had to pull up a Reddit page, and it's like I just found out that this is in fact what it's supposed to say. It's supposed to say gibberish. So, yeah, and according to the game, yeah. Unfortunately, there seems to be another layer of encryption. Yeah. So I'm sorry if you were like, again, like if you were like just if you've had enough of like my fucking stupidity at this point, but I didn't get it. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, there seems to be another layer of encryption. Hmm. Try putting the decoded version in the game files as Renier decrypt.text. Okay. So game files. Renier decrypt.text. Okay. New text document. Renier decrypt. And is it case sensitive? Renier underscore decrypt. Okay. So then there. Okay then. All right, let's see if that helped. We might be able to help figure it out. Okay, I swear I put the file. I see it. I'll write it down in world so that everyone else can read. Monica pulls out a notebook and pen and transcribes the characters. Hold on, let me close Bing really quick, because I don't think we'll need this decoder anymore. Looks like garbage to me. Mark, are you sure you did the base 64 thing right? Hey, Kenshiro, don't look at me. I'm just doing what the game told me to. Dude, I'm not an idiot. Didn't realize the same couldn't be said for you. Yes, I'm quite sure. Well, I'm not going to be an asshole to Kenshiro because I'm the one controlling him, so... Kenshiro, what did you expect it to look like when you said there was more encryption? I don't know. Actually, yeah, you know, Monica, I have to agree with you. Kenshiro does sound kind of like a dumbass. This looks like the shift cipher. Have you tried frequency analysis? Oh boy, Yuri, I don't know how to tell you this, but, my grade in Algebra 2 isn't that great. So, I don't know what that is. No need, we can do it ourselves. Sorry. I'm eating chocolate eggs because today's Easter. Wait, what's frequent analysis? Yuri explains the concept. All of us, and the six of us start working. Why, you're not even going to explain it to me? Okay. We can't figure it out, Mark. It doesn't seem like there's any possible substitution that makes the message decode to anything. Well, what I was thinking when I saw it and they said that it's another like layer of encryption, I thought it was just like the words were like rearranged. Hold on. Actually, let's open the text file and let's see if we can actually like figure out anything that says. Wait, ZLNDIX. So what words can we spell with that? Like index? Wait, but no, index doesn't have L or. Actually, no. You know, never mind. I thought it was onto something. I guess not. Maybe it's a. Oh, sorry. Maybe it's a visioneer. Yeah, maybe it's a visioneer cipher. The Have a Nice Weekend file was, if I remember correctly. Then we'll need to know the key. Let me think. While Renier's thinking, the rest of us try the obvious. Libitina, third eye, open your third eye, Markov, Elisa. I've got it. Try, I have granted kids to hell. The splash screen message. Is that what it was, the splash screen message? Because I don't... Okay. I have this nagging feeling about it. We try it. Well, that looks like it. I'll write the results to a file so you can look at it with us. Monica gives the solution to Renier. Hold on. You're putting on a file. Renier decrypted. Renier, can't you hear me? I failed. You're our only hope. Don't forget everything I taught you. Okay. I guess we're writing telegrams now because not only is it super short and vague, the spelling is really awful. Or you get what I mean. Rainier, can't you hear me? I failed. You're our only hope. Don't forget everything I taught you. So, okay, as of now, here's my theory on what's going on. Natsuki's dad, in this case, you know, in this case, Rainier, he's like, he dropped in from the world of the Portrait of Markov story, and now he's here. I guess some kind of tragedy happened in that world because he keeps talking about, oh, the tragedy, you know, this happened, the cataclysm happened, or whatever he keeps calling it. So what I'm guessing is that back in their world, sorry, I'm just making sure it's recording again because it's been running for a while. So I'm just making sure everything's going okay. So I guess in that world, something bad happened, and it caused him to come here, while the rest of the group of the characters in the Portrait of Markov, including Libitina and Elisa, are back in their world suffering. Either that, or it's some kind of everywhere at the end of time type scenario where he's like lit, where Natsuki's dad is like an incarnation of the same character that's in the Portrait of Markov, and it's like that one is spread out across like several universes. You know, there's one Renier in every universe. I don't know how to really explain it. I hope it's making sense, and I don't just like sound like some guy with a tinfoil hat, like sitting outside smoking heroin on the side of a train station floor or something. But yeah, back to the story. No, L. We're all watching him anxiously. Libitina, L, Libitina. Linda, oh, never mind. She's in this game somewhere. We have to save her. Whoa, hold on. What do you remember? Linda Watson from the story. I just know she wrote this. Can't you restore her with your presidential jumble or something? I don't have a backup to restore from. Mark, make an empty linda.chr in the characters folder. Yes, sir. New. Let's see. Okay, new. Text document. Linda.chr. Then we're going to save it as all files. CHR. Encoding UTF-8. Linda's.chr already exists. You want to replace it? Yes. Now let's just refresh. Or... That's weird. It's still a text document. Didn't I just save it as... Okay. Save as all types of files. Linda. Linda.chr.text. So we're just going to save as linda.chr. Encoding UTF. Let's try it. Yes, we actually made a character file. Okay. So we're just going to delete the empty text file. Okay. Linda.chr in the characters folder. There, I did it. Uh-oh, that kind of startled me for a second. Okay. I might have to turn that down on editing, because I don't know if you're hearing it right now, but that was really damn loud. Okay? That was really loud. Okay. Back to Return of the Portrait. Beep. Clicking on the little Explorer Rentby. DDLC could not start. Oh boy. Segmentation violation. Wow, you're helpful, aren't you? Well, you know what, screw you, game. I'm gonna try and boot it up again. DLC cannot start. Segmentation violation. Is it because Linda's there? Okay, we're gonna have to remove you, Linda. We're gonna move you to desktop. Segmentation violation. I have an idea. Trace back. Couldn't find file. I'm sorry, but an uncaught exception occurred. IO error. Couldn't find file GUI menu art yghost.png. Full traceback. So this is some Rentby stuff. Return to the portrait full release. Is it because I'm missing that file? Okay, so removing Linda solved it. Okay. Okay, holy mother of fucking Nyarthalep. I guess that voice is playing. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Phew. So I guess we're in space now. I open my eyes. My stomach feels awful. What was that? I feel like I'm going to vomit. I sit down. Don't ask me on what floor. Sari sits down next to me. Sorry. What even happened anyway? I mean, besides that the game crashed when you added linda.chr. The game kept saying DDLC could not start. Segmentation violation. I had to delete Linda's file to turn on the game. Well, I mean, I didn't delete Linda's file, but yeah, sure, friend. That's exactly what I did. Why can't I click on the game? Oh, shit. It was glitching. I understand. Linda probably remembers more than the script wants anyone in this world to. But we need her help figuring out what to do about it. I'll see if I can lock Linda's memories without irreversibly deleting them. That might allow us to restore her without breaking everything. But where are Yuri and Natsuki? And Renier? Their files aren't there. Wait. No, their files are there. What are you talking about, Sayori? Oh, their files are there. Whoops, I misread that. Why don't you warp them? You're a president. Well, To do that the way Monica does, I need to know what this area is called. When Mark reopened the game the first time, Monica restored their files and it put them with us. But they're not deleted. I could try deleting their files and restoring them, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? We're gonna save the game. You know what? It's I have backups. Do it, Sayori. Okay. Remove Rainier. Remove Natsuki. Remove Yuri. Oh, it didn't. It's not actually deleting them in real life. Okay, so. Okay, there he is. Oh, and he has a bottle. Rainier appears drunk. He falls over as soon as he comes back. Sayori tried to catch him but was too slow. Rainier still doesn't seem conscious. I look around for Yuri. Ah, why does this happen? Oh god, you just found yourself that way? Yes. Every time the game... Ugh. The cuts are even dripping blood. It hurts so much. More than it did in Act 2. Like they're all new. Oh god, I'm sorry. I don't have anything to bandage it with. Not with that mentality, Kenjiro. You have your shirt. If you're a real gentleman, you're gonna take it off and wrap it around Yuri's arm. I digress. Yuri sits down beside me. I hear puking behind me. Oh no! Why did this happen? Natsuki collapses onto the ground as well, now beside me and Rainier. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have brought you all back. Okay, it should be safe to... What happened? These violent crashes. They hurt everyone, not just presidents. Yuri continues to whimper in pain. Natsuki starts breathing hard, trying to hold back more puke. It doesn't work. I see her shed a tear. I shift my position so that my stomach isn't contracted. I can't start puking with her. Oh jeez. We have to help them somehow. They should be healed on the next world generation, but we still need to give Linda another try. Okay, so we're not putting Linda back. Alright, so... Because last time we did that, something bad happened, so... let's generate the world first. Alright. Just go press the new game button then. Alright, going to go back to main menu. Whoa, the music doesn't even play anymore. Okay. And it says Doki Doki Modification Club. Okay, wow, that's fun. I guess someone needs to work on making a new logo for this game. I'm on my... Okay, but... Hold on. I'm just gonna lower the music so I can make my... Okay, snarky comments I'm making aside, I'm actually really invested into this so far. Don't worry, the episode's not ending here. I still want to explore the mod a little more before we end the episode for good. But... Let me just tell you, right now, I'm getting really invested, okay? Like, don't even worry about the snarky comments I'm making. Because me, that's just what I do, like, on instinct, That's just who I am. I make these kind of comments. But let me tell you, I'm really liking this. I'm really liking how this guy's building up the story, and it's not like some just generic ass, like, oh no, like, the player is Cthulhu, and he's haunting everyone, and oh no, because I really hate it when this happens, but that's not what they're doing, I really like this idea that the script's like alive and that it's doing something, or that like there's these other characters. I like how it's making you like think about the original game. And I'm sorry I'm going like art critic mode on this, like on this Doki Doki Literature Club mod, but it's like, damn, it's just good. Like it really like puts the original lore into perspective. And like it's making you think about it. But anyways, we're gonna continue a little more and then we'll stop the episode for today. I'm on my way to school as usual. Although I often act annoyed when my friend Sarah chases after me on the way after she overslept and I couldn't wait for her any longer, I have to admit I'm disappointed to see no sign of her coming this time. It's lonely. Kenshiro, is your stomachache gone now? Yikes, Sayori! Where'd you come from? I didn't even hear you running after me. Just a minute. What are you... Does she have access to the console? Right, I remember. Yay! I fixed your memories all on my own. Oh, she does have access to the console now. Wait, does that mean... Okay, no, Monica's still there, so she's not deleted. I guess once a president, always a president, you just have powers. Okay. Ahaha. Hey, you two. Everyone seems to be fine after we started a new game, so that's good. What the hell just happened? The game crashed when we tried to add Linda's file. It should be fixed now. Mark, we're ready for you to restore Linda's file. Alright, Monica, but don't blame me if something bad happens. I see the file, but she's not appearing. Maybe she just doesn't have a new game spawn point. Warp Linda Residential Day. There she is! Okay. I'm alive. It's over. And Rainier suddenly hugs Linda. Okay, no. Yeah, I would have been really pissed if it just said end and it made me reboot the game. Anyway, I missed you so much. These last few weeks have been miserable without you. I missed you too, Rainier. It looks like we got a chance at this after all. Okay, so just who are you, Linda? What do you think we have a chance at? Um, well, that's the problem. I don't seem to remember either. I think I did, just recently. I was thinking about the irony of how I was the only one who had managed to hold on to the memories, but also the only one who failed to make it in. But now that I'm here, I can't remember. I don't know what to do. I can explain that part. You see, when we tried to put your file in, the game crashed pretty violently. Mark had to remove you and even start the game again. So I quarantined your memories from before so we could get you in here without breaking things. I see. Well, I don't know how we can solve this without my memories. I don't know what our mission was, how we got here, or what to do about the script. Wait, you know about the script already? I know probably more about this world than any of you do. I spent the whole time the game was playing trying to send messages, especially to Renier, but I couldn't do it very well or see the world very accurately because of my damaged state. I was confused and fighting to keep my consciousness intact in the world where I wasn't supposed to be in. You know what's a detail that I really would have liked to see? Cause like, you know how people always make that like observation that Monica is the only girl in this entire original game who looks directly at the player because she's aware. You know, I really would have liked it if all these like new characters who are aware that they're living in this in this game world. I would have liked it if they were also just facing directly at the screen. That would have been really cool. I was confused and fighting to keep my consciousness intact in a world where I wasn't supposed to be in. Like the game was constantly trying to delete me, but it couldn't because I wasn't really there. But it could hurt. It could hurt a lot. I'm sorry, Linda. It must have been hell. Oh, it was. But it's okay now. I'd love to hear what I've missed out on. We bring Linda up to speed on everything that's happened and all the secrets we found. I see. I wrote at least a few of these secrets. That one that mentions Elisa and Renier, but I don't remember what I was referring to. The monthly examination report on subject Libitina also seems very familiar. Also does the story, as does the story in Yuri's character file, of course. I think I also sent you Portrait of Markov. Yuri's eyes go wide. You wrote Portrait of Markov? Well, I don't know if I wrote it, but I believe I replaced what was supposed to be a regular fantasy or horror book with it. When I was making changes to the script in an attempt to whatever my goal was. Okay, I just realized something. Because something that's really been out of place. Okay, because in the original Doki Doki Literature Club, when in the first day when the player is asking Yuri like what she likes to read, what she says is, I really like complex fantasy worlds where the author builds it up, and yet for some reason her favorite book as of that moment was something that didn't fit that description. It was a weird ass horror book, like really dark, you know, about this human experiment camp that doesn't sound anything like what she was describing that she likes. Like complex fantasy worlds, like you would think after saying that she'd pull out like Wheel of Time or like I don't know. I'm literally looking at my shelf right now just to find an example. Or like Shannara or Game of Thrones or like Dragonlance, you know, something like that. But no, she pulls out this like really dark book, you know, about human experimentation, more on the lines of like Clark Ashton Smith or something like that. You know, that doesn't sound anything, and yet that makes sense now because it was Linda that replaced it. Oh, okay, you know. All right, back to the story. Whatever my goal was, I'd love to read that book. I've no doubt it contains the answers. Linda, the story about you mentioned you had depression, that you were even researching suicide. If there's anything I can help with. Linda chuckles slightly. I'm fine now. I have no idea what might have made me feel that way. I appreciate the thought, though. When you get your memories back, I'd really like to talk to you about depression. Damn. Okay, of course. Linda's character file got filled in. It did? Okay, hold on. Let's see. We're just gonna refresh. There we go. Okay. Wow, now it's at the top of the list, too. Right, let's see. Okay, we're just gonna open it with Notepad++. What does it say? Begin PGP private key block. Then all this. NPGP private key block. Okay, so this is like code. We might have to decrypt this too. Ah, I see it. A PGP key. I don't know what PGP is, but I see Linda Franz saying it. That's the next step then, right? Well, no. PGP is an asymmetric encryption scheme, and that file is just a key. All it does is decrypt messages encrypted with the corresponding key. There's gotta be some other clues in this game then. Are we going on like a scavenger hunt throughout the files? Oh my god, that's actually like so cool. Oh my god. There must be a message encrypted with it somewhere. No. Even if we did find something that could make one of us remember something, the script would probably just crash the game again. But Monica, we need to like find every clue that we can. No. There's only one answer here. We all look at Monica intently. I like I like how you made Natsuki's dad's sprite like reverse. That was funny. We need to disable the script. Oh god, how we're gonna I'm actually getting so excited. What the is that even possible? Isn't it kinda like a law of nature in our world? Well, we didn't get this far by giving up. I suppose I don't know that, but I'm choosing to believe it now. If deleting the script is the only way to break out of this horrific prison, then we'll try until we die trying. Agreed. We'll search every corner of the game's code for weaknesses. If we combine our knowledge and our powers, I'm sure we'll crack it eventually. I want to help too. Is there anything I can do? Without powers or anything? Probably not for the time being. Sorry. Well, Sayori's helping, and I'm sure like Yuri's and Natsuki are gonna help too, so come on, let's invite him. But don't worry, I'm sure we'll all get a chance to shine once we remember what our mission was. And get out of this world. You know what? I'm sorry to end it on a cliffhanger, guys, but, you know, I think that's the best place to end this episode, because we've been going at this for like an hour. I'm looking at my recording time right now. It says an hour 25 minutes, and I have 124 minutes of, no, not 100 minutes, an hour 24 minutes of like voice recording. And you know what? So we just established, no, sorry, I thought the music was familiar to me. No. So we've just established our goal. We've established like what this mod is about. So we've met Linda, we've met Natsuki's dad, who is Rainier. So let's like I guess wrap up kind of what we learned so far. So the script is like this benign entity, this omnipotent thing that like controls the whole game world, okay? And then and it can like get mad if you go against what it wants. Like we saw when with Linda, she had all her memories. We had to like get rid of them before we can bring her in, because the script didn't want us to have someone on our side who knows what it can do. So I'm really liking how this is going, guys. So with that being said, I hope you like this, because I'm really thinking of making this the next series on our channel. Hopefully this is going to be the first series like that will actually go from start to finish. I really want it to be that. I'm not even going to say like, oh, you know, I'm only going to do it if you guys give me this amount of likes. We're doing this, guys, okay? We're getting to the end of this. We're solving this mystery, because I like how this is going so far. I like how interactive this is. So that's going to be it for today's episode. I want you guys all to have a happy Easter. I know that subject that we just got on with this mod, it was a little bit depressing, a little bit dark, but I hope you guys all have a happy Easter. I hope you like this video. And you know what? If you like it, give it a like, or don't. I don't mind. You know, once again, if you have any ideas about lore, or if you have any theories about what's going on or what's going to happen, leave it in the comments below. If you have spoilers, I'd really rather you not put it, but you know, I can't police you, so so I hope we can like start like a discussion in the comments of like what we think is going to happen. But yeah, this has been running a little long, so I'm going to end it now. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today, and have a good day or night, wherever part of the world you are. I hope you have a good one.